Hello, welcome to the Honest Wargamer. I'm your host, Rob. Today's video's a tough one. Tough one. I gotta fess up. I've made some mistakes. I've said some bad things. I haven't been accurate in my reporting. And being an honest wargamer, I'd like to reply to a video I made last week, and I would like the people who I talked about to have their say. And I'm going to go through the process of discussing that right now. In addition, have I been invited to a secret cabal of YouTubers? If I was so interested, I would do like a cut now, and it would do the Honest Wargamer logo and some other stuff, and then we would cut in. So imagine I've done that, yeah? Right? Okay, so follow up. Okay, we've cut it. There we go, we're back. I could just run the actual, should I run the media? Yeah, let's do it, because the thugs haven't seen it. Let's do it. The name's Rob. Honest Wargamer Rob. For 2 years, I was with Games Workshop. Now, let's just say I've transferred to another show. Have you still not changed it? Because it takes ages to edit, and I'm doing other stuff. Shut up. Right, and also there's something wrong with the Twitch chat screen. I see that. Yeah. All right, it's all right. We're moving on to this screen anyway, so, screw you guys. Okay, right, so the thumbnail was pretty strong, and so was the title. Warhammer YouTube Syndicate destroys Games Workshop. Okay, all right. Let me tell you what I thought the premise of the video was and where I went wrong, okay? I mean, elements of it are still correct, right? Effectively, right? But let's try and be very specific with the information. What happened was we saw, this is kind of a conversation from several different points. We saw Dave from Mini Wargaming, yeah, who has agreed to come on and do an interview with me sometime soon. Excellent. Dave from Mini Wargaming do their pierced veil stuff, whatever it is. Got to say bro for a more proper YouTube apology. Yeah, bro. Listen, bro. Talked about his stuff, and we also were talking about the army paint and speed paints, right? And then we talked about the fact that it seemed like a lot of YouTubers were painting up stuff with army paint and speed paints, because obviously they've been sent them. And then similarly, a lot of YouTube creators were also painting up Dave's stuff. And in this video specifically, I mentioned Goobertown Hobbies and Dana Howe. Now, I said that both of them made great content and that they would have had some uptick in getting some free stuff from Games Workshop. Now, I was wrong at one point in that Dana gets and has never had anything free from Games Workshop, right? So that's something to point out. And they all replied to me in the comments. So let's take a trip down Rob getting dunked on by the YouTube Syndicate. But there's more, okay? There's more to this story, okay? Because in the comments, I think I get invited to a YouTube Syndicate. I don't know what that means, and I willingly accept, right? If I do join it, I'll never be able to tell you. Okay, so Goobertown Hobbies, we pinned it to the top. Hey, Rob, point of fact. I love that. The first product, Games Workshop, I'll make it so you guys can see more. Hold on 1 second. Dun. Give me the comments. Okay. Hey Rob, point of fact, the first product Games ever sent me was Prior Nexus in 2021, when my channel had 140,000 subscribers. But at no point did I say that they had grown it, but I appreciate the clarity, so that's nice. To the best of my knowledge, Dana Howe has never been sent a sample. She talks about below that she didn't, so we good. I'm in a strange position where in every video I make is essentially free advertising for whatever minis, tools, and supplies I use, and I spend a lot of that time thinking about the ethics of it all. This is actually fascinating, because I would love to talk to Goobertown, or just to see a video that he makes about it. He doesn't have to interview me on my channel. He could just make his own video about it. Either way, I'm not asking to have him here because it would be good. It would be good for a conversation, is all. For the past few months, I've been making an effort to feature competing brands on my channel because I believe that competition is healthy for the industry, which I think is excellent, right? I spend a lot of my time networking. I'd be happy to chat with you. This is where it becomes suspicious. What does that mean? Right? This is all obviously fantastic. I appreciate the foresight here yeah, in the 140k subscribers and all great, yeah, and obviously, like, I wasn't aware of that. I didn't do due diligence because mainly, if you watch the video, yeah, we were just fucking laughing in the Twitch chat. So this is a great follow-up video, yeah, and I have no problem being corrected on information, yeah, it's good, it's healthy, right? It means I learn and grow, which is excellent, yeah. He wants to show you how to fish for Space Marines, yeah. I'd argue this could, Dana Howe, love her. Real Polygeek, I have ways to make you talk, Rob, not the car battery. But this bit, I spend a lot of my time networking. Okay. All right. Let's go deeper. All right. Hey, buddy. Great reply. Love talking sometimes. That's me. Then Dana. Hi, Rob. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Just to clarify a few things. Thanks, Dana, for replying. I've never accepted free product from Games Workshop. I buy all my product out of pocket. Now, I'm sorry that I thought that was true, Dana. So my apologies. My apologies. I was paid by Dave to make a sponsor video where I paint his Veiled Touch Marines. I do a lot of sponsor content on my channel to keep the bills paid. Obviously, super okay. Don't worry about that. And one of the first things I say in the video is that I'm going to paint these Chaos Marines. I wish more people would say that they're sponsored ads. You assume that everyone who gets free product from Games Workshop should say that these were sent to us free from Games Workshop. So this is a sponsored ad, right? You assume all of the YouTube videos should say sponsored ad in their thumbnails, right? Rob, are you getting invited to the Hobby Mafia? Maybe, right? But this is the thing. Goobertown, right? Look at this bad boy. Yeah, 178,000 YouTube subscribers. Yeah, Dana, 77,000 YouTube subscribers. Just keep that in mind in a moment, right? And one of the first things I say in this video is I'm going to paint these Chaos Marines, but these techniques will work for other Chaos Marines you might have. So I want to say it's less of a giant conspiracy, more that all of us hobby YouTubers are friends and chat on the regular. And many of us are always on the lookout for Games Workshop alternatives that are cheaper, etc. If you want to join our little group, like Brent said, reach out anytime. Okay. It goes deeper. Okay. So I was like, okay, I mentioned Goobertown, right? And I mentioned Dana. They've got absolutely every right to respond, and they did, and they've got absolutely every right to let you know these things, and they've been fantastic. They're wonderful people. It's very kind of them to bother with someone like me, right? Effectively an Age of Sigmar like Twitch chat person. And let's also be clear. I'm also not even the most successful Age of Sigmar 40k Twitch chat person, right? Loads of other content creators are bigger than me, right? I'm actually like really low down on the rungs. I'm effectively a minnow, a tiny fellow, zero. Like, sure, there's a bunch of you in the chat, right? I love you all. You're great. Yeah, and sure, some of you YouTube people or Hydro homies watching back, sure. But I'm a minnow. I don't make any content that's worthwhile. Yeah, I just hang out and I do coverage of games. Not even very well. And then people like Val, you know, and other content creators around rip me off. Just see the same thing, do the same thing. Right? So it's not even like I'm special anymore. Right? It's all good. Okay? And I'm very happy. I like my life. It's very good. I get to make jokes. And this is all I care about. Right? These people are professionals. These are professional motherfuckers. Right? We've got Kirioth in the chat. 75,000 YouTube subscribers. Right? Me, little 12 bros. 12,000. Right? If you want to join our little group, I shouldn't be invited. I'm scared. I'm worried. I shouldn't be allowed in. But then it goes deeper. Real Terrain Hobbies. I've never even heard of Real Terrain Hobbies. 268,000 subscribers. The syndicate has come for me. The syndicate is on my doorstep. There really is no need to fuss. A convo with Brent would be pretty enlightening. There's definitely a bit of disconnect and misunderstanding here. I had much more eloquent and thoughtful response talking about Games Workshop ethics in terms of stomping. I had a much more eloquent and thoughtful response talking about Games Workshop ethics in terms of stomping on the little guy, even their own fans, and how many content creators are conflicted, but don't like their business tactics and how they're evolved to what they are now. A publicly traded corp where the top are a bunch of suits that don't have anything to do with the game themselves. They're just dollars they rake in. Not talking about employees here, of course. They're not talking about the creatives. But disappointed on me as I accidentally clicked away. So I'll just, but it disappeared on me as I accidentally clicked away. So I'll just leave this here. I had a much more eloquent and thoughtful response. I should clarify, it's not because they are a successful business. Okay. But again, I don't know where his more thoughtful response is, but I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Okay. But this is the big spice. I've been invited. I don't know who Real Terrain Hobbies is, but he's never commented on my videos. Dana never commented on my videos. And Goobertown Hobbies never commented on my videos. So my question is to the Twitch chat, which is the only people I really care about. And oh, no, I'm not finished. Tabletop Minions then jumped in. 204,000 YouTube subscribers. I find it interesting that talking about something other than Games Workshop is considered sticking it to the man. Again, never commented on a single one of my Minute videos. I don't even know if he ever knew I existed. Uncle Adam, right? Out there. So, the real question is, Twitch chat, should I try to join the syndicate? Little old me, 12,000 YouTube subscribers. Do I try and enter? Will there be secrets that I'll learn that I've never known? Will I know how to grow my channel to, I mean, my content's trash, so that won't help me grow my channel. Like, the actual quality of my stuff is really poor, so that won't do it. Yes, one of them, they have a Discord. A secret Discord. Rob, if you're suspicious, Black Van pulls up outside Run for Your Life. They need someone to make the tea. Unite, get in there and get networking. Pretty sure they have a clean shaven only policy, so you should involve looking like a 12-year-old boy. Do it now. Unpaid internship. I would like an paid internship. Now, listen, the things I would like to say, which I think is super clear, because when we do stuff live like this, and when I'm live all day, obviously, like, I don't do my due diligence on the research a lot of the time. Mainly because, like, in the back of my head, I'm always conscious of it being, like, an engaging live show, right? And I'm doing it live. Like, this isn't something where I research it, I write a script, I put all of those points down. So in some situations, like with that, because I'm fairly new to creating content that is not just 40k Rage Sigmar tactics at tournaments, like, and that's it. That's literally been the majority of the content I've created. Obviously, make sick painting tutorials now. Dry brush grey, dry brush white, thin your contrast down 50%, and you're done. Thank you to my sponsors. Scripts are for cowards. No, I read that from the chat. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I am going to have to live the life where I'm going to have to come back to subjects and I'm going to have to reanalyze what I think about it all, which I think is interesting. It's great to know that Dana's doing, like, I had said in the video that these people make great content, which is why they get really good views, right? And why they have lots of subscribers. And I begrudge them nothing, okay? I like what I do. Like, we put out the tweet yesterday for all of the TSN events, so we're going to be covering the AOS Worlds event, we're going to be covering the Warhammer 40k World Team Championships. I'll be traveling to America, Germany, Canada, Sweden this year to do live coverage of events, as well as this weekend at the TSN Arena, I'll be doing live coverage of games that we hold here. So all stuff I love. Like, that stuff that gets me really excited, truth be told. So I like what I make, and I'm keen for what I make, and I would like to try and do a better job of making it better all the time. But sometimes I'm just going to say some stuff that's not spot on, and so revisiting that is super okay, and it shows growth, and I'm glad and I'm proud that those content creators decided to reach out to me and say to me, hey, just to be clear on this. So I want to thank them all for doing so, because it's really good. Which German event? I'm in discussions at the minute about, what's it called? Raccoon Rumble? That's the one. America, you say? Yeah, potentially. Rob, this is better not start your transition to 40k for the views. I already do 40k content. Shut up. I would just talk to Trent from Miscast. Pretty sure there is an elaborate trap set up by a Games Workshop intern. Yes. Well, see, the thing is I don't know if I join the syndicate, who is in the syndicate. And I assume if I join the syndicate, I wouldn't be allowed to talk about the syndicate. So I don't want, like, you kind of want to become, like, look, let's just fess up, right? We all want to be a playtester or get advanced stuff and news about what's happening in whichever our favorite game system is or our fandom, or we want the behind-the-scenes story, right? But also, like, that means I don't get to be one of you, and I like being a pro. I like being out here. Like, it's great that, like, I could communicate with some of these people, like, and I have personal relationships with some of them, which is great, and I can, like, communicate. But I like being where I am now, which is with, like, as a regular schlub. Like, that's how I feel. That's why I like the conversations I have on Twitch, and that's why I like the going to events and stuff. Like, because I just feel like a regular dude generally. So Rob, complete side note, have you sent pre-shading with battle cans? So dry brushing. I haven't done that, Wolfen Studios, no. Create your own syndicate, no. And also, I don't network, like Brent was saying, like he networks really well. And obviously that's the smart business decision. I don't network well at all. Like I mainly talk to Nathan, who doesn't, like he uses like 3 websites, right? Like all the people who I talk to, like the wrong people. And I sometimes simp for one painter on Twitter, but that's a different conversation for another day. Let's form our own syndicate, Rob, says Kirioth. Yeah, thanks. It could just be us, but I ain't talking to anyone that takes effort. It doesn't it just? But like, number one, also I'd like to clarify that I think the syndicate, if there is a syndicate, right, isn't a bad thing, right? I don't think it's a bad thing. I think they're nice people. I think, like Brent said, and like Dana said, I bet what they really want to do, which is why I would like to interview them. So the next thing I'm going to do at the end of this is ask if I can interview them. And if they tell me to fuck off, then that's super fair. But if they're okay with it, because I would really like to have the discussion about the ethics of being a big content creator. And I'm sure some of them have made videos on this already, and if they haven't, about being a big content creator and how they feel about like the role, because Games Workshop is not a monopoly, but it's definitely the large piece in a huge pie that is miniature wargaming. And I do wonder how they feel as content creators when they see stuff that they don't maybe morally or personally agree with, how they want to approach creating content, like Brent did talk about in his comments, right? Rob, get Ninja on. Okay, all right. So yeah, so it would be great to interview them. So I'm going to reach out to them. I've already asked Dave from Mini Wargaming, and he's already agreed to do an interview with me, which is nice. So then I'm going to interview a couple of other people, and I'm going to ask what it's like, because ultimately this kind of keys into the main thrust, which that video did create a lot of conversation around, which was Games Workshop don't really necessarily own their own advertising, which is fascinating, because actually a lot of power now resides in the hands of a lot of these content creators. I don't know actually right now if I can work it out, but let's just go for, is it called Warhammer TV? Is their YouTube channel? I'm doing this live. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. They've got, the Warhammer TV have got 510,000 subscribers, but the comments have always been turned off on all of their videos, right? And then the content that gets put on there is fairly irregular. Like they put their premium content now on Warhammer Plus, right? Which again is very non-interactable. Obviously, it's like great content, but like it's non-interactable. Like there are no comments. You can't have discussions. And I feel like a lot of what happens inside the community is discussion based, right? We talk. We we communicate. We share our opinions and feelings about different subjects and matters. And I'm very fascinated to have this conversation with these content creators who almost rival Games Workshop in their online clout. And I would definitely say they don't have the same fervent community, but they definitely have a conversation with their community often. So it'd be fascinating for me what they feel and think about it. So I'm gonna ask them and see what I think. I do think the past year your influence and outreach on the community has increased dramatically. Hard work and pays off. Thanks, Ross. I want Rob to join the syndicate only to find out that Nathan is actually the leader of it. The syndicate just sounds like something to make videos about the same topics. That way the YouTube algorithm picks it up. Maybe it is. I don't know. Listen, I'm super proud that there are people out there making content they're proud of, right? In ways that they feel proud about making it. Like same way, like Tabletop Tactics are a good example. Like they get all of their stuff for free from Games Workshop, right? But they make really good quality content. They make battle reports that's really good, right? It's only when you're on like the review side of the thing that I think it becomes sketchy in any way. And it doesn't mean that I think people are being dishonest, especially none of the people I've mentioned previously. But okay, Dave's a really good example, right? So Dave from Mini Wargaming is doing his new miniatures, and he's like, they're amazing, right? That's his pitch, right? But of course he's biased, right? Bias is always going to exist. Bias exists inside me as well. Like my friend Nick, quite regularly, because I found 40k generally fairly difficult at the moment. My friend Nick has quite consistently been like, Rob, I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. Shut the fuck up. So like, I've become less critical of the game as a game system because my friend has been like checking me like and been part of that conversation, right? Similarly, like that's why we have our conversations in the Twitch chat, because I'd like to think I've encouraged a pretty active back and forth community, which is good. Anyway, my apologies. This has turned into a long video and a useless rant. So my thank you to the content creators who I mentioned for commenting on the video and allowing me to do a follow-up video. I would like to keep doing better videos and creating better conversations in the community. So if I could produce a conversation with you guys, that would be fantastic, and I will be trying to reach out over the next few days. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you've got any thoughts and comments, leave them below. And this is a podcast, so listen to that. Loads of love. Bye.